Stakes significantly higher for this one as the winner guaranteed to host next week's championship game after the upset at Lambeau. First quarter, the Buccaneers are trailing 3-0. Josh Wells starting on the O-line. All-Pro Tristan Wirfs out, injured last week. And there's a guy in the blue in 99. It's Aaron Donald. Hard to deal with. Donald beats Wells there. Gets to Brady. Brady was under pressure on 30% of his dropbacks Sunday, the highest rate he faced this season. Brady's fourth incompletion to start the game, the most to start a playoff game in his career. He started more than anybody else by a factor of about 100. Down there on the goal line, beautiful play design here. Matthew Stafford, play action. Kendall Blanton takes it in. 10-0 Rams. It's 10-3, 3rd and 20. And how does that guy get that open? And then that Buccaneers secondary, complete breakdown across the board. Cooper Kupp, a touchdown. Rams take a 17-3 lead. Levante David, who gives so much to that defense, was livid. A few minutes later, Brady to Evans. There's a flag on Brady for unsportsmanlike. You'll see what happened is Von Miller up high. I'm wondering if Brady bit his own lip on that hit. He was clearly bleeding, and Brady's not happy about the about not getting the flag. It's the first unsportsmanlike in his career. What a throw he makes to Leonard Fournette on 2nd and 17. And here he's like, I'm bleeding. Mr. Hockey Lee, I'm bleeding. Later in the drive, they settle for a lengthy field goal from Ryan Suckup, and that is leaking a little bit to the right from 48. So you got a bloody lip and no points, and it's about to get potentially worse as the Buccaneers are now backed up on their own goal line. It's 20-3, and Brady is picked off by Nick Scott, who played a fantastic game. And the Rams have an opportunity to make this maybe a wrap. Well, with Brady, you just never say that. And then ball's on the ground. Antoine Winfield's got a clear recovery. That's important because, as you'll see, Akers, just before the crown of his helmet hits the ground, ball comes loose. So instead of getting points, Buccaneers can take a knee. They're still in the fight. It's 20-3. It's now 27-6. Stafford to Kupp. Ball is out. Sean Murphy Bunting's got it. And the way that Rams defense was playing, if you're a Buccaneer fan, you had to be thinking, house it, man, house it. Buccaneers get the turnover they've got to have to try to stay in this game. Down 21, late third, 4th and 9. Brady, Scotty Miller, whoa, lost it for just that split second. It squeezes it, drive stays alive. Then it's Fournette. Back for this game and a difference maker for the Buccaneers. 14-point game. After a quick 3-and-out, you got an entire quarter. But Brady is sacked by Von Miller. And this is the triple crown. The sack, the strip, and the recovery. And the Rams have got everything cooking. But the first play after that recovery, Stafford doesn't realize the snap's coming, and it's chaos going the other way. The Buccaneers got the ball. Jason Pierre-Paul's got it. You see Stafford just wasn't ready for it. And so it actually works out like about a 25-yard completion for the Buccaneers after they got the ball back. Still a 14-point game, 3rd and 5. Brady backed up, didn't want to take that sack. A field goal does them no good at all. So 4th and 14. They're looking deep for Evans. Now the ball's incomplete. Eric Weddle comes in. There's a flag. Lots to unpack here, but since the unnecessary roughness came after the pass was incomplete, the turnover on downs had happened already. So Rams get the ball, they're just penalized. Ensuing drive. Stafford finds Van Jefferson. Gains 18. That sets up Matt Gay. This guy has been fantastic all year long. From 47, and that is good. Actually, it's not. It would have been good if it had the leg. You never see an NFL kicker short from 47. Kind of baffling there. So it's still a 2-score game, but time is of the essence. But then Brady winds up deep and he finds Mike Evans past Jalen Ramsey, and it's a 7-point game. Buccaneers are out of timeouts. They're going to have to get a stop. Or better yet, ball! A turnover. Akers fumbles again, and Ndamukong Suh with the strip. Levante David, as I said earlier, you saw the frustration of 54. A lot of guys you'd call the heart and soul of that defense. David's part of it. Brady gets the ball back. 3rd and 10. Cameron Brate, to the naked eye, that looked like a first down. They took a look at it after the Rams called a timeout, and it's actually 4th and inches. Stanford Steve, you called this one, didn't you? Mm-hmm. This was the play call from Stanford Steve. Fournette. Rams were anticipating it. Fournette busted to the outside. Troy Reeder had a shot. They had it read. But Fournette to the outside. And incredibly, from 27-3, Brady and the Bucs have tied this game up. But the question's always, did you leave too much time on the clock? We've seen that a lot through the years with Brady. This time it's Stafford on 2nd and 11. He finds Kupp. They're out of timeouts. Does he get out of bounds? Yes. Very next play at Stafford, deep to Kupp. He's got it. No timeouts. Stafford's screaming and spitting, and we've got to get up here and spike it. Stafford under pressure from Suh to Kupp. 9 catches, 183 yards, and a touchdown. And Brady now is in the shoe on the other foot roll. All he can do is watch and hope that Gay will miss the field goal. 30 yards, snap, hold, kick, all are good. And the Rams let a double-digit lead get away, but on the final play of the game, yet another road team with yet another field goal wins at the gun. Stafford 366 and 3 touchdowns. Brady 329 and the 1 touchdown. They came all the way back to tie it, but the Rams are the winners in dramatic fashion. They needed every bit of what Kupp gave them. 183 receiving yards Sunday. His high in any game this season, which is surprising. I would have thought that he'd passed that a couple of times. He trails only your man Tom Fears in Rams postseason history. And look at Tom with the dramatic action shot, Steve.
Love it.
Kupp's dozen games with 100 yards this season, now tied with Michael Irvin for the most in NFL history. Matthew Stafford on his team getting a win and doing it with big plays when they mattered most.
You know, finding a way to win a football game is what it's all about. And we got a group of guys in that locker room that all believe in each other. You know, and I believe in those guys. So it was a whole lot of fun. You know, heart was racing, but at the same time was just going out there to execute and have fun, enjoying the moment, and glad we got it done.
Can't wait to see the fans show up, you know, and Mr. Kroenke's house that he built, you know, to be able to do this in the first year that fans are here. It's going to be a special opportunity to go put together a good performance, a great week of preparation, and then watch our guys go shine against a great opponent next week, Bill.
I'm not a big yell out loud guy, but when Akers fumbled again, I did. It was simply added to the montage of all the things that happened to the Rams along the way that you just saw. A fumble on the goal line late in the first half, no points. A snap past the head of Matthew Stafford, which gave the ball back to the Bucs after they had just recovered a fumble themselves. A field goal from their all-pro kicker that was short from 47 yards. You never see that. All these errors, large and small, in the hands of Brady were bound to eventually prove costly, and they did. But Stafford to Kupp, that was the most productive combo in the NFL this year. And the guy who didn't have a playoff win in his career until last week made the throw of his life, the kind of throw they traded for him to make. It means they are headed home, potentially for 2 more games. The Buccaneers season is done. The actions from them after this incredible game in Tampa.
The finality of this league's now, that locker room of guys has been through hell and back this year, and I love them. Really, really proud of the comeback, not to finish. But it's a shame we didn't complete it.
So it's the reality of football. You know, it's one team, 1 year, and then it's never the same after that. And you know, you got to work hard to put yourself in a position to be successful. And we certainly worked hard, and you know, every team at this point does, and every team is really qualified when you get to the final 8, then the final 4, then the final 2, and it doesn't feel good to lose any one of those games. And I've lost each of those stages. So
going forward, I know a lot of people wondering how you will contemplate whether you'll come back or not.
I haven't put a lot of thought into it, so you know, we'll just take it day by day and kind of see where we're at.
What will be the biggest factor for you in making that decision going forward?
Truthfully, guys, I'm thinking about this game and not thinking about anything past 5 minutes from now.
He did tweet out the hashtag keep going, so that might be your answer. Sunday, 50th time in Brady's career that his defense forced at least 4 turnovers regular season in the playoffs. After the loss Sunday, Brady's record in those games, 49-1. After seeing Brady on the right side of so many postseason nail-biters, odd to see him on the losing end of it. Became the first time in his career he lost on a playoff game where the final score happened as time expired. That's interesting. As for the Rams, Matthew Stafford got him down the field quickly, just enough to salvage that game. Sunday marked Stafford's 43rd career game-winning drive in the fourth quarter or overtime, breaking a tie with Drew Brees for the most since he entered the league in 2009. Stafford on that final play to Kupp.
They decided to bring the house and go to 0. And, you know, the route that Cooper's running there is, you know, we describe it a lot of times in our meetings as a love of the game route. You know, you're really never getting the ball. You're just clearing out some area, you know, working for some other routes. And they decided to bring everybody, and that's really the best option at that point. Felt it after the snap, kind of recognized it was going to be, you know, an all-out pressure, and was able to put it to a good spot. Coop made a great catch, and, you know, then we, you know, just clocked it with enough time, and Matt came in and did his thing, which was awesome.
On the last series for the Rams, how was Kupp able to get so open? Did you have a blitz on?
The last play? Yes. Yes.
You just going for broke there, or?
Some guys didn't blitz. I don't know if we didn't get the call, but it was an all-out blitz. We should have got a ton of pressure.
Tim Hasselbeck is here with us. I'm smiling because you have a complicated relationship with 0. As a coach, you kind of like it. As an analyst at this level, maybe not so much. You believe it's a mistake to be 0 in that situation. Why?
Well, there's 28 seconds left in the game. LA's on their side of the field. Like, to give up a big play is the last thing that you need to do. Make them earn it. You know, by blitzing and showing the quarterback what you're doing, you're essentially reducing it to basically catch and throw to one guy, their best player. Here's why they do it wrong, though. They don't add on. Here's Levante David, and this is what Bruce Arians is talking about. He doesn't come, so it's 0 blitz, but without the advantage of the extra rusher. And then you have Cooper Kupp, their best wide receiver, running full speed on a safety. And so everything about it is wrong. You know, I feel like it's easy for people to look at offensive play calls and be like, that's a terrible offensive play call in that situation. Well, you can have bad defensive play calls too. And I think 0 blitz in that situation is a bad play call. And to make matters worse, it was poorly executed, and they never get home to Stafford.
Having said that, Stafford still has to make that throw.
Yeah.
He does, and Kupp grabs it, they make the kick, and they win. And look, we see things through this lens of quarterbacks, right? I just gave the stats about what happens when Brady's the quarterback and all these, you know, turnovers happen or don't. In Stafford's case, look, we know what his rep was in Detroit. He wasn't on a great team. So now he gets a playoff win. Last week he gets this playoff win, and now they go home with a chance to host a Super Bowl. What impressed you most about how, after the team gave up the lead, he was able to do what he did?
Well, I thought that he came in, and I thought he was pretty patient in this game.
From the start?
From the start, eager to check it down, and that was good, because one thing he couldn't do is put the ball in harm's way. He didn't do that. And obviously, you know, as things kind of got flipped on them, the way he responded, that's hard to do, Scott, when you can kind of feel the team become a little bit more conservative, almost like, you know, hey, we're just trying to hold on to this lead, to then all of a sudden go, wait a second, now you need to step up and make your best throw of the day.
Go win it.
Boom, he went and did it. And truthfully, that's why they went and got him. Right. Like that throw in that situation to attack that area of the field versus pressure is why he's the quarterback and not Jared Goff. And he delivered in the biggest moment.
And as I said, now you go run it back for a third time with San Francisco, a team you had a 17-0 lead on at home before, you know, you let them off the hook, and now you got to play them again. What an insane weekend.
This was a great weekend. Made up for last weekend.
Agree. You know what? It's bad. I didn't even thought about that. I'd rinsed that from my mind. Incredible stuff. Appreciate your time and perspective as always. Tim Hasselbeck. All right, coming up, we're happy to have